Hello everybody and welcome to the flying lesson here in the second episode of the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Philosophy Pebble Let's Play series. In the last episode we started off here in the Wizarding World at Hogwarts. We learned Flopendo, which was a very fun time. And today we're going to learn to fly, which I don't exactly remember how the flying controls in this game are. So bear with me here while I probably fail horribly. Okay, the flying controls actually not that bad. Up and down are not inverted. Up and down are not inverted. Also, it says press A to speed up, but I very much doubt that is actually the case, because
Now let's see how you do with smaller rings.
A is turning. So, I don't know. Did it say press A to speed up? It probably said something different and I just misread it. I think there's also a chocolate frog card around here somewhere, maybe? I don't know. It's actually kind of boring so far. I think, yeah, now we get some verticality to it. That is what we want. Well, it's actually not what we want because it makes things kind of more difficult. But I could do with a little bit of difficulty because so far this is not being very, well, difficult. Then again, I remember Quidditch in general in this game not being that tricky to deal with, and now oh god, I think the next round we actually have moving rings, and that is usually where I lose it because I cannot deal with that shit. Let me focus here for a moment. This is really awkward to control with directional keys. Okay, we're fucked. I always get mixed up with the controls. W is actually going up, and whatever down is actually going down. And in flying controls, I always expect those to be reversed. And that might just be a me issue. It probably is a me issue. But I always, in a lot of games, I tend to prefer reversed camera controls over. Yeah, these are the moving ones. Here we go. These are horrible. Actually, they're not that bad because they don't move that much. So if you just like kind of aim for the middle of where they move, you'll pretty much always get it. Ah, that is too bad. That pretty much sealed it. I can't get everything, but I'm gonna get like 70 out of 82, which to me doesn't seem bad. It's not great. Could be worse.
Display, Mr. Potter. 15 points for Gryffindor. From now on, you may practice flying at any time. You will find the
I think you get a chocolate frog card if you do all 82, but we're not going to bother with that because that seems just kind of boring to do on screen. And again, we're not even going here through for 100%. We're going to learn 2 spells today, I think, because for some reason Hermione is going to teach us Alohomora and is allowed to give us house points for that because I think Hermione is just cheating is what's going on here. She's just like, if I give you points, I'm also going to benefit from it, so we'll be fine. I think that is the basic idea here. So we have all the time in the world, but let's just do this slowly so that I don't fuck up the first one. Okay, I didn't actually have as much time as I thought I would. That is kind of sad. I just barely make that at 60% out of needing 50. It's again, kind of sad. Fun fact, I'm actually recording this before I record the very last. You see, there you go. She's giving me 5 house points, which she shouldn't be allowed to do. She's a fucking she's a first year student at that. Anyway, I'm actually recording this before the last episode of the Mario Let's Play, which obviously this is the Let's Play that is taking place in the time slot after Mario. So that's just a little fun production fact for you. I actually got a 90% for that one. Wow. I did not expect that to be a 90%. Yeah, Professor Flitwick can give me those points himself. Again, you're just cheating. Also, your hair is literally like 3 polygons. It's a little bit more than that, obviously. I need 80%, but if that was 90% the other time, I probably shouldn't bother being too accurate here. because apparently Alhambra is just a very easy spell to get right. Again, exactly 90%, and I fucked up so much.
That's excellent, Harry. Professor Flitwick.
One more time, right?
That attempt, Harry. I'm sure he'd give
I guess doing this right is like a personal high score type of thing, right? If you do very well, you get more points, and even though you win no matter what at the end of the game, it's like a personal high score. If you do all of the spells very well, at the end of the game, you will have like 100 more points than if you messed up every single last one. I only got 91%! 95 is really, really difficult to get.
That was a good try.
Shut up! We had good try. 30 points for Gryffindor. Because now that we've Alhambra, we
Now you try using Alhambra. We still have a few minutes before the charm.
yeah. Hermione. You know that I'm not going to do that. You know I'm not going to go through that door right away. Now that we have Alhambra and Flipendo, we can actually start exploring some secrets around the castle. Like getting flavored beans out of that. But also opening a portrait with a spell, which literally only gets us one bean? I thought there was going to be more behind this. Huh. There's also... Isn't there also like a mirror somewhere around here I can walk through with Alhambra? That might be a different game. Yeah, that definitely is a different game. Oh, wait a second. No, this is not the way to Charms class, I think. Is it?
You've got it. Now, can you
Yeah, this is... Okay, so this is actually Alhambra, like, course, if that makes any sense. That's a card, which, again, I don't really give too much of a crap about, but I guess it's something. One thing I'll say about this game, which still holds up to this day, is the music is just very well done, generally speaking. It's just, it fits so well. You see, I remember the mirror. Is this foreshadowing? I think this might be foreshadowing. The mirror of Erised, which... Oh yeah, also chests are a thing, because they're obviously very different from cauldrons in that you use a different spell to get the exact same thing out of them. But yeah, so you can actually get through this mirror, which sounds more like a Lumos thing than a Alhambra thing, honestly. But I guess potato, right? It's just point your mouse at something and probably one of the spells will work. You don't even need to individually try every single spell. The game will just match the spell automatically to the object, which thankfully it does, because otherwise that would potentially be really bad if it didn't. So we have enough time left today to also do Wingardium Leviosa. So we're getting 2 spells for the price of 1 episode today. This is Flitwick in his first design. Still a little bit weirded out by the fact that Flitwick, at least in the movies, just like switched design after the 2nd movie, I think? Maybe after the 3rd movie. I don't even he might have just not been in the 3rd movie. Theoretically, this should be a lot easier to do, because it's literally just a W. But I'm still fucking up really badly. Clearly. I'm not very good at drawing with a mouse. I'm not very good at drawing, period, but with a mouse, I'm very horrible. Like I said last episode, if I had a drawing tablet, I'd probably be able to do this a little bit more consistently. Or just like have a touchscreen. Well, the monitor I'm using actually does have touchscreen capability, but I don't have the USB cable connected, because the downside to having a touchscreen monitor on your PC is that if a fly lands on it, I've had this happen before. With like an internet browser open, a fly lands on the X button and closes my internet browser. It sucks. Anyway, we're at 110 points for Gryffindor so far. And like half of those came from Hermione because she's a self-indulgent bitch. Thinking that she can give us points while she's not a teacher. That was actually a really good one. That's probably like 90-some%. That has to be. Just 81? Sorry, that was almost perfect. How is it just 81%? No, I got bullshit on that one. No, I don't want to go slightly faster. Say slightly faster. There we go. With this, like, I mean, technically I am coloring in the thing, so yeah. Oh, I understand now. Okay, so it's not actually counting.
An irregular version of the spell won't work, Mr. Potter.
You don't say. It's actually counting how much of the
Now enter the Wingardium Leviosa
the path you trace, that's the word I was looking for, is inside of the boundaries rather than how much of the boundaries you've got filled in. It's probably a combination of both, because otherwise you can literally just like put down one dot and that would be 100% always. So that probably don't work. That would be way too easy if that worked. Yeah, this is again a mouse gameplay kind of thing. You cast it and then you can just move your mouse around a little bit to do it. I think you can also do it with WASD, but you know, we won't. This game is gonna be honest with you. I'm very nostalgic for it. It's very fun to play from a purely technical like perspective. This game isn't very good. It's kind of like a it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, if I'm being honest. Which is fine, because I think it's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people, especially people my age. That's like in the age group of like 20 to 30, which is quite a big age group, I am aware. But Harry Potter is universally pretty much loved. And especially, again, people older than me getting the books as they're released. I mean, I caught up on the first couple of books really quickly. After like a couple of years, I just got in on the hype train, and I remember getting the Deathly Hallows audiobook when it was initially first released. And I think I also got the Half-Blood Prince audiobook. I listened to most of the books when it was first released. And as a matter of fact, I distinctly remember listening to the chapter where, spoiler, I guess, Dumbledore dies. Or where Dumbledore had just died, and where they go see his body at the bottom of the astronomy tower, right? With Hagrid, and after the Death Eaters have left the castle. That scene. I distinctly remembering being sick and being downstairs on the living room couch, and my mom like being on the laptop, probably working or something. I don't know how old I was at that point, but I probably was like 12 at most. And she was like, "Wait a second, did Dumbledore die?" Because I was listening to it, because I was sick. I had nothing else to do, and I was listening to the book. So I took the audiobook downstairs and I was just listening to it. Because obviously, okay, so one thing that and I very much doubt that there's very many like 12-year-olds today watching this. This is probably being watched by people my age group, because I don't know how popular is Harry Potter and that kind of thing with kids in 2020. I must imagine not very. It feels like there's probably one of those things where, like, yeah, Dad, we know when you were younger this was a big deal. Then again, Pokemon still is around the same time. Still is huge. The Pokemon does keep like pumping out new content, whereas Harry Potter doesn't really. So at least not at the same pace and same quality. So, I don't know, but the reason I was downstairs is because this was like over 10 years ago, and not everybody, especially not every kid, just like had a smartphone, or a phone in general, for that matter, because what even are smartphones? It's probably more than 10 years ago, it's probably more like 15 years ago at this point almost. Though I'm not entirely sure about that time frame. So that's why I was downstairs, but I accidentally spoiled my mom on Dumbledore dying because I was listening to the audiobook while she was also there, which I didn't consider because, again, I was a stupid kid and I was sick, and I hadn't even considered the fact that my mom would, like, give a shit. And honestly, she probably didn't really give too much of a shit. But still, I accidentally spoiled Dumbledore's death, which is, I feel like for a lot of people, especially people my age, that is the first, like, big spoiler of their life. Like, Dumbledore, or Snape killed Dumbledore is the I am your father of my generation, for sure. And it was just as mind-blowing. That being said, I was going to say they deliver way better on Snape killing Dumbledore than they do on Darth Vader and Luke being father and son. But that's not necessarily true. I think they deliver fairly well on... This is going to kill me, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, I did. They deliver fairly well on Darth Vader and Luke being father and son, I dare say. So, where did I go wrong? Oh, never mind. I've just been set back quite a bit, actually. This should be the end of the course soon as well. I don't know what these stars actually do. I know in Chamber of Secrets, these actually, like, they give you a type of score, and I think maybe more house points depending on how many you get, but I don't think that's the case in this game. I think they're literally just useless collectibles, which is fine, kinda, a little, not really. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I'll try to pay attention when we get back to the end of the course, and see if Flitwick gives us more points depending on how many bonus stars we get. What I do know is in Chamber of Secrets, most of the teachers give you, or all of the teachers almost, give you points for getting as many bonus stars as you can. But Snape doesn't tell you to get bonus stars. So if you get those bonus stars in Snape's class, which is like just getting a couple of ingredients, I think, he'll actually take away points from Gryffindor. So you want to avoid those bonus stars, but they're placed in such a way that most of them you can't actually avoid, which is just a perfect representation of how much of a bitch Snape actually is. Snape is not a nice dude, like, at all. Are we going to get into this discussion? That's the question. Are we going to get into this discussion? Snape being a good guy or a bad guy? Because he's a complicated character, alright? He's a complicated character. And, honestly, I think he's still a douche. Really a very big douche. And, like, his true love for Harry's mom kind of thing, which helps defeat Voldemort at the end of the day, isn't so much true love and very sweet as it is just very, very creepy at a certain point. Because you can like someone, you can have a crush on someone, you can even say you love them. But if they've been dead for like almost 20 years,
Mr. Potter, you completed the challenge.
That's kind of weird.
All the challenge stars.
And I honestly think the 8th movie really... I think it gave me points. I didn't pay attention, damn it. I think the 8th movie actually visualizes that very, very interestingly, because I think when Snape finds Lily being dead, that is a very emotional scene, and it's supposed to invoke some emotion. But I also think seeing him like, just like hugging, cradling up to, whatever you want to call it, her dead body, and like just absolutely losing it. Again, it's just kind of creepy, dude. It's just kind of creepy. How do I get out of you? What? And I can't... Wait, what do I do? Oh, wrong door. It's a little bit of an idiotic thing on my part. Next time we'll be, I think, doing something concerning peeves. But we'll be seeing that next time. Until then, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my video. Well, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. You can't subscribe to a video. Though I guess there is a join button, which is kind of like subscribing to a videos. I don't know. Until next time, I'm a vlogger. You've been awesome. As always, bye.